we invite Jack to come up. And he's good looking too.
Good morning, church. Wow. I never really expected someone like myself, to be sharing two testimonies within the same year. I think my first testimony was before we combined the churches, so a lot of new faces. So a little background introduction about myself. My name's Jack. I just turned 35 years old last week. Yeah, I do kind of feel a little old now, especially among the majority of you. And I see a lot of young faces here. You guys do reminded me a lot of myself, because I used to attend churches around your age. And those days were fun, I started going to church at the age of 10 because my mom brought me to church. So ever since then, I've been starting going to church every weekend, including Saturdays, because they have the youth class. And to me, church was like, I never understand the meaning of going to church. I never understand the purpose of Christ. But I wanted to go because I want to go hang out with my buddies in church. It was fun, hang out with my friends at church. We talk, laugh. They offer free meals, free lunch. And and we get to play basketball at the park next to the church. So it was really fun. I miss those days, even till this day. I miss them. Yeah. But whenever someone asks me, "Are you a Christian?" I'm always hesitant to answer yes, because I know deep down I don't know much about Christ. I'm afraid that they're going to ask me questions about the Bible or anything related to Christianity. So I wouldn't call myself a real Christian at that time. And time fast forward, I graduated in 2013. I found my first job as a software engineer in Pennsylvania, Allentown. I spent 3 years over there by myself. And during that 3 years, I didn't attend a single church event. I was completely disconnected with God. Then in 2016, I made the decision to move back to the city because I don't want to stay forever single in Allentown. It's really hard to date anybody who looks like me. What I mean by that is I don't want to date anybody who's not Chinese because I don't want to upset my parents. They don't want me to date anybody who's not Chinese. But nothing against them. Nothing against them. It's just a family, family opinion. But so that turns out to be one of my best decisions. I moved back to the city. I met my wife, Yuzi. We got engaged within the same year. We got married in the following year. And things been going pretty well, everything. Like in terms of marriage, financially. Like she shared last time, she's the owner of the pharmacy. At the peak of her business, she used to own up to 4 pharmacies at a time. She's making way more than me. But it doesn't hurt to have a successful wife, right? So, but everything's been going really well until 2022, when we received our first IRS audit, and there were a series of bad things that happened afterwards too, and these are things that was out of my control, and we didn't know what to do about that. There were nights that we couldn't fall asleep because we don't know the outcomes that's going to be, and there were times I have to wake up in the middle of the night It was really like helpless. I felt helpless, frustrated, and I have no one to turn to other than God. That's the moment when I thought about God, because I knew, you know, when people are successful, they tend to feel arrogant, and when they are out of line, God is always there to humble us, and that's what happened to me. And to be honest, I never thought I would be back to the church, you know, after all these years. My wife, I really feel like me and my wife, we've been chasing the wrong direction the entire time. We've been chasing the world instead of Christ. Because even though we were making a lot of money at that time, but I know deep down, we weren't truly happy. We thought money could buy us security, but in fact, it doesn't buy me any security, because these things will perish at any moment. You can be making millions today, but it'll be gone maybe tomorrow. Like the IRS, they come today, they take all your money. Everything's gone. We had a terrible accountant that was doing our accounting for the past many years. We trusted him so much. There were moments when I really want to just go to his TPA firm and choke him. But I know that wouldn't help anything, because that life moves on. But I do feel like that might be a part of God's plan to bring me back to church. So yeah, here I am today. I got in touch with one of the brothers in church, Raymond. He told us to come here. I told the same thing to my wife. I say, Yuzi, why not come to church? Ask for help. Now she's here with me. My daughter is also here with me for the first time. God's amazing, you know. He not only brought me back, but also brought my wife and my kids here. So, I mean, I just want to remind everyone, you know, especially the young guys, just try to remind yourself, no matter how successful you become, you should always stay humble in God, in Christ. Yeah, this is pretty much what I want to share. Thank you.